my fabulous Scrappy friends, it is Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters, and thank you for joining me for a Confessions of a Paper Addict design team layout. So I'm coming on in straight away with my mixed media, and so I've got a Bro & Co piece of 12 by 12 in the background there, and I'm just using one of those cute little sea sponges. I actually got this little one in a different watercolor palette set, and I just adore it. It just makes the watercolors just smooth on so beautifully. It puts quite a lot of water on your page, so do be aware of that, but in this case, it just makes the watercolors just slide on and just swish on, so I really love it. I'm trying to play with the greens and the blues here, just like you can see in those sort of action word bubbles of the Cutfile. But there's also a lot of red in my photograph, so I'm certainly going to get just a few little dobs of red just to brighten up the background a little bit and to sort of tie in with what's going to happen in my photos. So I really love just these random swatches of color that I've put everywhere, and it just kind of helps highlight the background. Now I do pop this aside, hit it with my heat gun, get all the paper all warped and crinkly and wobbly. So I actually just get out my iron, put my iron on high heat with no water in the iron, and just hit the paper really quick with a quick iron just to flatten it back out. Now the rest of my ephemera is going to be from that All Boy Echo Park collection you just saw the sticker sheet of. But what I'm working on here is how to put a hidden photo onto my layout. I really want this third photo on my layout, but the photo quality is terrible, and yeah, I'm just not super thrilled with the actual photo itself. It is a screenshot of a FaceTime, and it is grainy and it is blurry because the people were moving. So I'm just going to pop it in behind one of the main photos. So I'm putting a strip of foam down the left-hand side of my main photo and down the right-hand side of my hidden photo. So when they're underneath each other, there will be enough foam on the left and the right to hold the actual two photos up. But when you pull one out, it's going to have foam behind it still, just to make sure it's going to be popping up the pager. It would probably be easier if I stuck these directly to the page, but I really do want them stuck up on foam so they've got that dimension. So I've just stuck my action bubbles straight down to my page. I'm just going to turn over and really rub that down just so I can make sure all those little spiky bits have really adhered with the glue. Because all the words, the action words that are going to be inside those bubbles, I'm going to pop those up with foam. So there's a lot sort of happening right now in the layout, but it all comes together in the end. So the thicker from Awesome Thicker is a Bro & Co thicker, and then the word BAM, of course, comes with the particular Cutfile, and I have got it popped up on foam. And then the little wow you can see over on the left-hand side is a little sticker. It's also on foam, and it is from the All Boy sticker sheet. And that's how I'm going to create dimension in all three of my little action bubbles. I'm going to use a variety of thickers and stickers just to really layer it up and really get those sort of action words popping out off the page. So now I'm going on in with this wow. And so while this is happening, I really love the way those colors sort of pop on top of each other in this in the action bubble. It's super cute. And so then I go ahead and do that with the other three bubbles as well. So just popping a little rat in there, which is again off that Bro & Co thicker sheet, and the little word BAM, which is from the All Boys sticker sheet. I wouldn't have used BAM twice, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. These were the only words that I had on the sticker sheet, so I'm just going to roll with it. I'm actually super impressed that I had a collection that had things like this in it. I knew I had some boy type things, so I just went hunting for them to see what little collections I had in the boy-esque. And of course I have lots, but I didn't realize that I had ones that specifically had like sort of superhero-y stuff on it or action hero stuff on it. So I'm super proud and super impressed with that. Then I've got You Rock and Boom. I just tried to mix up the colours there, so I couldn't put Boom over on the other side where the little green action word is, because the word boom had green in it. And I just wanted to make sure I shed the colours around. So now that I've done that, you can see there how that photo is going to slide in behind the main photo. I just need to put a little sticker or something on the edge of the behind photo so you have something to hold on to pull out, like a little tag, which I will go ahead and do in a minute. I'm just popping some foam on the back of the other photo. It can just have a nice big chunk of foam because it doesn't need to have anything hiding in underneath it or anything like that. So you can see there all the red that I've got going on. This is Jack dressed up as a Power Ranger. He loves his Power Rangers at the moment. And they're not super big over here in Australia. They're okay, but they're not super popular. And we couldn't get a dress up, and he really, really wanted one. He was really obsessed with the red Power Ranger. And I absolutely could have paid heaps of money and got it sent from overseas, but I wasn't super thrilled about doing that. But luckily we have a super clever grandma who was able to make him one, which was awesome. So I'd put foam down for my hidden photo. I'd put foam down the left-hand side of Jack, and I put foam down the right-hand side of the hidden photo so that it could hide underneath and they'd both be popped up and be the same level. But then I realized I didn't put any foam down along the bottom of Jack. So when I put this in the pocket page protector, the photo could just fall straight out the bottom. So I have now gone ahead and put a little tiny strip of foam down along the bottom just to stop the hidden photo from falling straight out the bottom. And then the other photo, the hidden photo, is actually his grandma dressed up as a Power Ranger, as the red Power Ranger. It just so happened that my cousin, for his 21st birthday, like 5 or 6 years ago, had dressed up as the red Power Ranger, and his mum, which is my mum's sister, had held on to it all this time. And luckily my mum is tall and skinny like a 21-year-old boy. She was able to put it on and ring Jack and surprise him, and he just thought that was the bee's knees that grandma had this super cool costume as well. And so there's a big piece of ephemera here that says kid approved, because he definitely approved. He approved of the making of his costume, and he certainly approved of grandma ringing all dressed up in the costume because he thought that was super funny. And I think that kid approved ephemera is actually from Shimel's collection, but don't quote me. And then I've got the cute little red superhero, and I was actually only going to use him, but I can't help myself and I end up putting another little superhero sticker on the page as well because they're just so much fun. But I just love the comic book Cutfile. It is so simple and yet so eye-catching and really made a difference to the page. I really wasn't sure how I was going to create this page. I didn't have, themed ephemera as such, but I certainly had this collection that I could work with, but I didn't really know where to go with it from here. But just having those action words sort of mimic the moves that Jack's doing down underneath just worked absolutely perfectly. So they were just perfect, and I loved filling up those action bubbles with all of that kind of you rock and awesome and bam boom kind of stuff that you can just imagine him saying and doing as he's acting out his Power Ranger moves. So as I said, I couldn't help myself and just snuck the little guy, the little blue superhero on as well. Now I'm just having a look if I need anything else. I kind of like the idea of not having only one of like as in if I put one puffy sticker on, I feel like I need another one as well. And the same goes with the chipboard. So I'm just having a little look to see what else I can add to the page. See what else I can enhance with. And I'm just popping these little teeny stars on as well, just because they're fun. Well, they're not that teeny, but just because they're fun, almost like enamel dots. Just 3 little clusters of those around the page and around the action bubbles. And there we go. So, can you believe that it is December? Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and do my sort of torn edge look down here along the bottom and just have a chat with you about what's coming up in December over at COAPA Cutfiles. So I cannot believe it is Christmas. This is just nuts. I feel like this year has gone incredibly slowly and incredibly fast all at the same time. Some months seem to take like a year to go past, and then other months have gone in the blink of an eye. And here we are in December. So over at COAPA Cutfiles, we're going to have 10 cut files released every day for the first week of December, the first 6 days of December. So definitely make sure you're part of the Facebook group, which I've got linked down below, the Instagram page, and just checking that Etsy store on a regular basis just to see those 10 new Christmas releases that are going up every single day. For the first 6 days of December. There is some amazing stuff coming out for December this year, and I'm so excited to start taking Christmas photos so I can start using those cut files. I haven't been able to use any because I haven't got any Christmas photos yet. I'm up to date with my scrapping. Whoa. And I haven't done any back scrapping yet to do some older Christmas photos. So I am busting to get the Christmas photos happening this year so that I can get going with those cut files. Definitely make sure you join the Facebook group. There's some beautiful ladies in there that share some of their amazing creations. Of course, there's the challenge that happens down in there. There are free cut files released 2 times every month. There's just so much going on with the COAPA group. You definitely don't want to miss out on any of that. So I highly recommend check that description box down below, and you will get a link to the Etsy shop, a link to this specific cut file that I'm using, which is the comic book cut file, and you will also get a link to the Facebook group that you should totally join, just so you can be part and hear everything that's going on as well. There is a question to answer when you want to join the Facebook group. Definitely do that, because if you don't answer the question, you won't get approved. So definitely make sure that you answer the question. It's not like a super hard question like what's 1 million times 1,000 times 652 divided by 84. It is just a super simple scrapbook question. So definitely make sure you answer that. And I am almost finished with my layout. I'm super thrilled with how it turned out. I really this was one of those layouts that as I was making it, I was getting like more and more chuffed with myself, if I can say that, as it progressed, because I'm really thrilled with how it turned out. I almost didn't do any mixed media in the background, but Katie was like, you definitely need mixed media in this, and I'm really happy with how it came together and how it looks. So I'm just going to pop some splatters on. I'd originally going to do gold splatters because, you know, I love my gold, but then realized that the kit approved is actually in silver. So I decided to go ahead and put some silver on because I haven't done that for quite a while. So you can see my little hidden photo there. It works perfectly. And the whole layout is just going to sit beautifully in my pocket. And I know you're not really going to pull that hidden photo out, but the point is that it's there. And I certainly mention it in my journaling that will come onto the page a little bit later. I do say something about pulling out the picture of Grandma behind Jack and something like that, just so for my future self down the line, I know that there is that photo in there behind. So thank you so much for watching. I know I had so much talking to you this week, but I can't wait to see you again for my next TT layout. And I hope I have inspired you to get creating and to get making. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a very happy, scrappy week. Have a fabulous December. You know our channel is going to be bursting this month. And I will see you all next time.